Recording has started right now. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we are trying to discuss here the SonarQube, right? SonarQube is one of the code quality checking tool, and this is very important for the every industry because every code is going to check by the SonarQube or any code. Like we have the backend code as Java, we have the backend code as a .NET, we have the backend code as a C++, right? Python as well, right? So every code is going to check by the SonarQube. So SonarQube is global tool, right? According to the SonarQube, we can test our application, we can check our code quality, and accordingly we can deploy our code on the multiple servers, right? So that is the thing. The SonarQube is very important for us because every organization is going to use this kind of tool to test our code quality, to test our JUnit test cases as well, right? Because like SonarQube is only responsible for this code quality. This is wrong. SonarQube is responsible for the code quality as well as the SonarQube is responsible for the code checking and code coverage, right? It means how many lines of the code is going to tested by using the JUnit test cases, those as well checked by the SonarQube, right? So there are two ways. Like first of all, SonarQube is going to check the code quality. If our code quality is maintained above the 75 to 80%, then SonarQube is giving the green signal. If it is below than 75%, then SonarQube is giving the yellow signal or red signal, right? Then second one is SonarQube is also going to check the code coverage. Then what does mean of the code coverage, guys? Code coverage is nothing but there we have the Java classes, right? Around in my application. Sorry, guys. In my application, there are 100 plus classes are available, right? And for those 100 plus classes, we have the test cases, right? And the SonarQube is going to check how many lines of the how many lines of the code is going to tested by the JUnit. That also going to check by the SonarQube, right? So that's why SonarQube is the most important tool for quality checking and most important tool for the testing. Check the test cases as well, right? So that's why the SonarQube is a global tool which is used for every backend language, that we have the Java, that we have the Python, .NET, Node.js, everything. For every application, every backend language, we can use the SonarQube for the code quality checking tool, guys, right? So let me try to write here what exactly this SonarQube, right? SonarQube is nothing but SonarQube is nothing but continuous code quality, continuous, continuous, continuous code quality checking tool, right? So SonarQube is nothing but continuous code quality checking tool, right? Then we can do code review using the SonarQube as well, right? Second one is we can do code review using SonarQube, right? So first of all, SonarQube is nothing but code quality checking tool, right? Continuous code quality checking tool, right? SonarQube is nothing but continuous code quality checking tool, and we can do the code review using the SonarQube, right? Now, let's discuss about what is the difference between code coverage and code review, right? Let me write here first. What is code coverage and code review? Right? So what is difference between code coverage and code review? Because both those are handled by the SonarQube only. Like SonarQube is one of the tool, right? This tool is going to handle the code coverage. This tool is going to handle the code review as well, right? Now let's discuss about the code coverage first. What is the code coverage? What is the code coverage, guys? That is nothing but how many lines of source code which is tested by using the JUnit test cases, right? There we have the Java class, and Java class contain 100 plus lines of code. or 200 lines of code or 500 lines of code, right? So every code have multiple methods are available, and those methods that I want to test it by using the JUnit test cases, right? Suppose we have the 5 methods in our Java class, right? Around 100 plus lines or 200 lines are there. Now mistakenly suppose we are going to tested only 3 methods, right? It means one method is going to skip by human, right? So that one method is skipped by human. This is going to, I mean, checked by the SonarQube is going to check the code coverage. That is nothing but SonarQube is going to check. There we have the 4 methods, and 4 methods should be covered by using the SonarQube, guys, right? So Divya, you can meet yourself, and your camera is also like activated. So can you just do this? Please turn off your camera. Okay. So what we discuss here, guys? SonarQube, we have the code coverage. So code coverage is nothing but how many lines of source code is tested by unit test cases, right? That is nothing but the JUnits. It means the JUnit is responsible for test our code, right? There we have the 4 method, right? Those 4 method we want to test it by using the JUnit test cases, or we have the Mockito as well, right? So accordingly, we need to test our code. And suppose by mistakenly, suppose we are skipping one more test cases, then those test cases will be triggered by using the code coverage. So code coverage is responsible to check every line of code. The code coverage is going to check what are the lines of code is going to covered by using the JUnit, right? And suppose there have some lines of code is skipped by the JUnit, then code coverage or SonarQube is going to generate the report, and SonarQube is going to tell us like those methods or this method is skipped by the JUnit test cases, right? So accordingly we can test this method again, right? So that is nothing but the code coverage. So code coverage is nothing but how many lines of source code is tested by sorry, by using or by unit test cases. No problem. How many lines of source code is tested by unit test cases? It means JUnit. That is nothing but the code coverage, right? Then what exactly the industry standard case? How many lines of code should going to test or should be the tested by using the JUnit, guys? That we have the standard. Let me write as a note. The industry standard is the industry standard code coverage is, sorry guys, code coverage is 80%. Right? So it means industry standard is 80%. So 80% should be covered by using the JUnit. Then and then client is going to accept your application. Otherwise, client is asking to you like our application should cover at least 80% test cases, right? So this is the industry standard. Every application is going to tested by using the JUnit, right? And later we can deploy this application, or we can yes, deploy this application on the server, and client is going to access this application, right? Then who is going to generate this report? Our 80% code is going to,
Continuing code quality checking. We can do continuous quality.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Aisha, you are on the mute. I mean, you want to say something? Okay, guys. Just make sure you are asking something on uh, with unmute. Okay. So if you want any kind of doubt, then you can unmute yourself and ask to me any questions. Okay. Okay. So who is going to responsible to check the code coverage? Who is going to generate this code coverage report for this test cases, guys? then again SonarQube is responsible for this, right? So SonarQube is only responsible for generate the report, and on this report we have the code coverage, right? How many lines of code coverage is going to tester, and this report we want to share to the client only, right? Then client is going to like check this report, and client later we can client later this access this application, right? Otherwise client is denied this application because client should require this report, guys, right? So that is nothing but the code coverage. Now what next, guys? Code review, right? What is the code review, guys? Then checking coding conventions, right? Let me write here, checking coding conventions, then bugs, right? Then that we can say that the vulnerabilities, right? Then we can say that again duplicate code or duplicate line of import statement, right? Duplicate code, right? And we can say that the code smells, right? So that is nothing but the code review. So code review, what does the code review, guys? Code review is going to checking the code conventions, code bugs. If you have any kind of bugs, then if the human is not going to identify the bugs, those bugs is going to identify by this SonarQube, guys. SonarQube is going to check the bugs. SonarQube is going to check the vulnerabilities, right? Any kind of security issues, right? Suppose we have the connection between JDBC and our application, right? Otherwise, our application and API, right? We have the Spring Boot APIs, right? Any like Get API, Post API, Put API, right? Any kind of API that we have. Now our API is going to fetch by, or our API is going to access by using the Postman, right? So anyone is going to test our API, right? This is not a good approach. That we have the security as well. That we can apply the security by using the JWT, by using the auth 2, right? So suppose we have the JWT, so accordingly the person is going to generate the token first, and later he can access or she can access our APIs, right? That is nothing but the security. And suppose we have some security violence are there, that is nothing but the vulnerabilities. It means our security is not going to standard. Our security is we cannot maintain our security by using the JWT. Any kind of security issues, those are covered by using the vulnerabilities, right? That is nothing but the vulnerabilities. It means if you have the security issue, then code review is going to generate the report by using the SonarQube, right? So SonarQube is going to check the vulnerabilities. SonarQube is going to check the security issues, and he can generate the reports. Suppose you have the bugs, any kind of any small bugs, right? Those bugs as well like reported by using the SonarQube case. Then we have the duplicate code. Some of the cases like we have the class, right? And in our class there are duplicate import statements are available, like com dot we can say that com dot lang dot string, right? Again com dot lang dot string, right? That is nothing but the duplicate, right? Duplicate code is available. Then what, why we can say that this is the duplicate? Because we need only one import statement, and there we have the two import statement unnecessary, right? That we can remove one more import statement from there, right? It will impact on your code, right? It will impact on your code quality, guys, right? Our code is the standard, right? Our code should be the standard according to the margin, right? So that's why we need to focus on the duplicate code as well. Some of the cases there have some duplicate code is available. We are going to we are going to create one array list. Again, in the same method we cannot create one more array list, right? Because we already have the array list, right? That is nothing but the duplicate code. So that kind of duplicate code also tested or also identify using the SonarQube, guys. And the last one is code smells, right? There have some code smells like unnecessary import statements are available. Then unnecessary tag lines are available. Unnecessary string is there, right? Or string variable is there, right? And those are nothing but the code smells, guys, right? Sorry guys. So those are the major conventions which are like identified by using the SonarQube, guys. That is nothing but the code review. Once again, SonarQube is nothing but continuous code quality checking tool, right? We can do the code review using the SonarQube, guys, right? Then what is the code coverage and what is the code review? Can I just unmute your mic, guys? Any idea about the code review? What is the code review, guys? Yes, apart from this, anything else? What is the code review, guys? And what is the code coverage? How many
Code
lines of?
coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Code
Yes,
coverage means like every API, we should write some test cases. So
exactly. Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, that test cases, collecting the comes to the part of code coverage. But I have
Mm-hmm.
one question here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, for example, I have a Django application. I am written some PyTest code test cases.
Mm-hmm.
So using some commands, using commands itself, I can find out, right, how much code coverage is there, PyTest related code
Yeah, yeah,
coverage.
we can do this one, right? We can
Okay.
do that one. But in the industry, in the IT market, we have the SonarQube is like one of the
This
separate tool which are working for this code coverage and code review. And later you will going to like, I mean, you can going to generate one report, and that report we want to share to the client.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it is a non-technical person also can easily find out
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
the
exactly,
UI path. That's the thing
exactly.
only. Here comes the picture SonarQube.
Exactly. The non-technical person also like going to use this SonarQube, because SonarQube is, we don't write any kind of code logic here. We need to implement this. We need to install this SonarQube, and right way we need to use this SonarQube. That's the thing. How we can use this SonarQube for our application. If your application is in the Python language, then also same process. If your application in the Java language, if your application in the C++, not like .NET, every language code only we need to update our install, I mean, update our SonarQube credential in our application, and we need to start only application accordingly. SonarQube is going to work on it for this code coverage and for this code review, right? And it will going to generate one report. SonarQube is one of the UI part. You can see everything about in the SonarQube, because whenever you are going to enter into the IT industry, there is one first task which is assigned by the leader is SonarQube code coverage report, or SonarQube test cases, right? Or they are going to generate one code review, and you are only responsible for this bugs, vulnerabilities, duplicate code, and code smells. If you have the duplicate code, then you should remove those duplicate code. If you have the vulnerabilities, then you need to check those vulnerabilities and we need to fix those vulnerabilities. If you have the bugs, then you can check the bugs and you can fix those bugs, right? So how we can do that? First of all, we need to generate the report. Sorry. Right? And later we can work on it, right? And this is your first task. Whenever some of the fresher persons are enter into the IT industry, there have some tasks which are assigned by the leaders. Check the bugs and fix those one,
Could you
right?
help me, like,
Accord.
what is the duplicate code?
Sorry. Yeah, duplicate code is nothing but there we have one array list already imported or one array list already used in our method. Same method or same array list object we can use, right? There is no need to create one more array list. Like suppose array list is equals to new of array list, right? This is one of the array list. I'm giving one Java example, guys. Okay. And for this
Okay.
array list object, adding some kind of data like integer data, adding some kind of numbers, right? And suppose in the same method, I want to add the string as well, right? So at this moment, no need to create one more array list, guys. We can use the same object, right? That is nothing but the duplicate code. That also we can see that suppose we have the string variable, right? And this variable we want to call in the another method, right? Then we can use only this variable name. No need to create one more string variable, right? That is nothing but the duplicate code. Vulnerabilities is security issues. Bugs are bugs, any kind of any small bugs, right? And code smells are nothing but the unused import statement. Unused, it means there we have the Java code, right? And you can see the package, below the package name we have the import statements, right? And there we have the yellow triangle is there, and this yellow triangle is going to show us like this is our unnecessary import statement, we cannot use anywhere, so that we can remove this one, right? And those code smells which are triggered by or which are like checked by using the SonarQube, because suppose in our one class there we have the two code smells, so there we have the 100 classes, right? Around 50 to 60 code smells are there, right? That we can remove by using the SonarQube, and accordingly our code is going to, I mean, code quality is going to increased, right? So we can maintain those of these those bugs, we can maintain the vulnerabilities, we can maintain the duplicate code smells, and accordingly our code quality checking report is generated with a positive syntax, right? So those one we can check by using this code review, guys, right? Are you guys for this code coverage? First of all, everyone, what is the code coverage? Any doubts on this code coverage? Yes, no,
Sir,
No.
sorry,
I have one doubt. This is
yes,
Aditya. Okay.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Suppose that we have project which is Python application. Okay. And that is written in the thousands of lines. Okay.
mm-hmm.
So there is a high chance the code the line of code will be duplicated. Okay. And
Okay,
SonarQube will generate report. They will generate a report, and
mm-hmm.
on report we can able to see
Mm-hmm.
the duplications of the code. So my question is that how many percent duplication is allowed in the report?
No, no, see, for this code quality, for this code coverage we have the percentage, we have the number of percentage, right? It means 80% should be the code coverage is it should, right? It should be the
Mhm,
80%, above 80% or 80%, right? But for this
mhm.
code review, right, for this code review we have only two units. The first one is code quality checking passed or code quality checking fail. We don't have any
Yeah,
kind of unit, right? So one of the person, right? See, guys, whenever the person is enter into the IT industry, there we have the first task is work on this, and it should be the pass the code quality. So you can check the bugs, you can check the vulnerabilities, you can check the duplicate code, you can check the code smells, and the best thing is whenever we can test our code by using the SonarQube or code review, the there we have in the on this SonarQube UI, there we have the mention like bugs are around 10. Let me write
yeah,
here first. Wait. Bugs are around 10. Okay. Bugs are around 10. Then vulnerabilities is around, let's suppose, 15. Then code smells are around 20, and here we have the duplicate code around 20, and code smells are around 5. Okay, after that, suppose we have the 10 is bugs, vulnerability is 15, duplicate code 20, and code smells are 5, right? After that, bugs percentage, how many percentage is contributed by using these bugs? I mean, suppose I'm going to fix those 10 bugs, then how many percentage I'm going to increase? I mean, our code quality is going to increase. There we have the 10%. Okay, then for this vulnerabilities, maximum percentage for this vulnerabilities, guys, around 25%, let's suppose. Then for this duplicate code also we have around 30%,
30%.
right? And for this code smell, this is not like big deal, so that's why it's around 2%, right? So our main target is our code coverage report should be in the past, right? Now our code quality report is failed, right? Now if you want to code quality report should be the pass, then we should work on this one. Then we can simultaneously work on that. Which percentage is going to, I mean, which tool is contributed more than 20%, guys? The duplicate code. The people is going to work on this 30%, guys, 30% area. Suppose duplicate code, you find only 10 bugs, 10 duplicate code, and 10 you cannot find it, right? So it means our like percent is going to increase only the 15, right? It means in between those 20, you find only 10 bugs or 10
Mhm.
duplicate code, and you are going to fix in those 10, right? Then vulnerabilities you find only 10, right? Again, 5 is not going to check by you, right? And bugs, you find everything, and you are going to fix those bugs, right? So it means after that you can refresh this page and you can again build our application and you can check our code quality is passed or not. It means this is only depends upon code report only, code review report. We don't have any kind of percentages available. It means our code report or code review should be the 70%, our code review should be the 75%. We don't have any kind of like numbers are available. We only have the 2 units, passed or failed. Till our application is a passed, you need to fix those bugs, guys. It means 1 to 2 bugs are allowed, 1 to 2 vulnerabilities are allowed, 1 to 2 duplicate codes are also allowed, and 1 to 2 code smells are allowed. But if we have the maximum kind of these numbers like bugs 10, vulnerabilities 15, duplicate code 20, code smells 5, this is not allowed, guys. Because SonarQube, when SonarQube is going to run, guys, when SonarQube is comes into the picture after build our application, right? How we can build our application, guys? By using the Maven, right? We can do the mvn clean install and our jar file is going to generate it. Mvn clean install also check our code, right? And
Right, sir.
those bugs, I mean, mvn clean install is only going to check the compile time error, guys. If we have the compile time error, then also going to check by the Maven, right? Or Gradle. But bugs, vulnerabilities, duplicate, this is not a, I mean, this is not a major bug, guys. Okay, those are very small kind of bugs which will impact on your code quality only. Okay, try to understand, this is also impact on your code quality. This is also, if we are keeping the duplicate code, doesn't matter, our application is not going to like what we can say, that not going to like failed at the time of the accessing our application by the client. This is not going to fail if we have the duplicate codes. But our code quality is I mean, code quality is decreased, right? Because we have the duplicate lines of code, right? So 20 duplicates lines, our application is, I mean, application process accessing time is going to down because we have the duplicate code. Whenever we can try to fire any kind of API, so every application, line to line application is going to check by the API first, and then you will get the response, right? It means our 20 lines of code unnecessary is there, and accordingly we will get the I mean, there are the 1 to 2 seconds of late time, right? You will get the late response within like I mean 1 to 2 seconds you will get the late response, right? This is nothing but the code quality. We are doing the code quality here, right? We are checking only the code quality. QA team is also going to check those kind of like I mean code quality, guys, because
Yeah.
QA team is also going to check the vulnerabilities, duplicate code, code smells, bugs, right? Because client is knows, client should our application is perform very well, our application is doing I mean fast response and everything, right? If you are keeping everything, doesn't matter, your application is working fine, but performance is going down, right? So that's why for this code quality, sorry, code review, guys, we only have those two options is failed and passed, right? Whenever you are going to fix the bugs around in between 10, you are fixing 5 bugs. Then for this vulnerabilities, you fixing around yep, 5 vulnerabilities. Then duplicate code, to fixing everything. So now we have the 0, and for this code smells, we are fixing everything. Now you can, once again, you can like run our code. Later on this SonarQube UI, you will see our code quality is a pass, and you will get the green signal. And now you can deploy our code on the Kubernetes cluster, guys. That's the way only for this code review. We don't have any kind of margin. Like suppose like JUnit, right? For this JUnit, 80% is a standard margin. But for this code review, our code is only passed. doesn't matter, we have the 5 bugs now left, 10 vulnerabilities now left, doesn't matter it, but our code should be the past. Till here you want to work on this SonarQube, guys. I mean SonarQube report. Are you guys clear about this point? What does by the code coverage and what does by the code review,
Yeah,
guys?
now clear.
Yes,
Like
sir.
previously, I thought like bugs and vulnerabilities will lead to calculation of code review part. But these are the most important key role playing duplicate codes and code smell also required
Yeah,
to
yeah.
monitor the things. Yeah.
Yes, yes. We can write the duplicate methods as well, right? But this is not like good thing, right? So for this code standard, we should know everything about it. And some of the peoples are knows whenever some of the expert peoples only see the code and he is going to ask to you, this is nothing but duplicate code. So nothing to do work on this SonarQube at this moment. But some of the fresher person, you should, you didn't know about this duplicate, what exactly the code smell, vulnerabilities, how where we can get the security issue, right? At this moment, we need to use the SonarQube. So every company is mandatory, every organization is a mandatory tool is a SonarQube. Every time, whenever we want to like deploy our code on the cluster, before there, we should test our code. Before there we should review our code quality, and then we want to deploy our code on this cluster, guys.
Any alternative SonarQube also?
No, this is SonarQube is a right now most trending tool. We don't have any alternative. There we have the Jacoco as well, but Jacoco is only responsible for the code review. But I mean Jacoco have the UI part of the Jacoco is very confusing. So that's why some of the peoples are going to use only the SonarQube. And SonarQube is a most recent tool in the market.
Understood.
Yep. Jacoco as well like report the, generate the report for our code review. But there have some issues. There have some like UI issues. So that's why the peoples are always prefer this SonarQube. Keep in your mind there we have the alternative is a Jacoco. Okay, now let's move to the next one, guys. Let me write here what is the SonarQube now. The SonarQube is one of the open source. What is mean of the open source, guys? Mhm.
Every can able to install and run into their servers.
Exactly. It means we no need to pay some amount for this SonarQube, guys. This is free of cost tool, right? We can uh, install the SonarQube, we can download the SonarQube on our virtual machine, and we can use the free of cost, right? So SonarQube is open source quality management tool, right? Now it will continuously analyze. SonarQube is continuously analyze analyze right analyze and measure quality of quality of sorry source code, right? It will continuously analyze and continuously analyze and measure the quality of source code, right? Now it will generate the code review report. Let me write here. Next one is it will generate it will generate code review report, right, in different format like HTML format. Also it will generate the report in the PDF format, right? So first of all, SonarQube is open source, free of cost. We can use continuously analyze and measure the quality, right? Quality of source code, right? Now it will generate the code review report in the HTML and PDF format as well, right? Now it is a web-based tools, right? It means every web application have the SonarQube is a major thing, right? Accordingly, we can test our web application. Web application is nothing but our Amazon application, Flipkart application, right? Make my trip. This is one of the web application, right? Those web application, right? So that's why it is a web-based tool, or we can say that yes, web-based tool. and its support around 30 plus programming language, guys. 30 plus programming language, right? It means the SonarQube is, first of all, SonarQube is only support for the Java. Nowadays, SonarQube is support for 30 plus programming language. That we have the C, C++, .NET, Node.js, every backend language SonarQube is, supported. SonarQube is support for web application. SonarQube is support for every Java language, guys, right? So that is the beauty of our SonarQube, right? Then it will support multi operating system as well. It will support multi operating system, right? It means we have the Windows operating system. So SonarQube is also supported. We have the Linux as well. For the Linux as well, SonarQube is also support. Mac, right? So every operating system, SonarQube is supported, right? Then SonarQube also support for the database. That is the magic of the SonarQube, guys. You know, like database, we have some of the cases, like what we can say that some of the movement, like whenever we are whenever we are like post our data into the database, right, and we are trying to get the data from there as well, there have some issues, right, to get the data, to post the data, right. At this moment we can do the SonarQube. Let's check what exactly the issue is going on with the database, right. So that's why SonarQube, or it will support multiple database, right. Multiple database, it means that we can say that the MySQL, right, this is very popular database. Then we have the Oracle, right, then we have the SQL, then we have the SQL server, right, then we have the Postgres SQL, right. So for those database, SonarQube is eventually support, right, because SonarQube is none of like support only the programming language. SonarQube is also support for the multiple operating system. SonarQube is also support for the multiple databases, right. It is also support for the multiple browser, right. We have the Chrome browser. The SonarQube is a support. Firefox, also SonarQube is a support, because whenever we can install our SonarQube on the virtual machine, you will get one IP address, and according to this IP address, we can access our SonarQube UI on every every virtual machine. Sorry, we can say that the every browser, right? Any browser, like suppose you have the Chrome, SonarQube link is supported. Firefox, SonarQube link is also supported. And here we have the Microsoft Edge. Here also SonarQube is supported. Let me write here. It's support multiple browser, right? It will support for the multiple browser. And the last one is SonarQube will identify the code that we already write here, right? Let me write here once again. SonarQube will identify below category sorry of issues. SonarQube will identify below categories of issue in our project source code, right? So what are those categories, guys? First of all, we have the duplicate code. SonarQube will support. Second, we have the coding standard, right? Suppose you don't know about the coding standard, right? You can generate the report by the SonarQube. SonarQube will give you the trick how to how to maintain your coding standard, right? Then third one is unit tests, right? Any tests which are covered by, or which are like doing by using the SonarQube, right? Then fourth one is code sorry guys, code coverage. Then Fifth one that we can say that the code complex. Oh, sorry guys, both are the same, right? Unit test and code coverage, right?
Yeah.
Right. Let me skip one more. We can skip that one. Third one is code coverage. Then
I have
fourth
one
one is,
question here.
yes.
It will be support multiple database means what kind of support give the database related things in SonarQube?
It will support for the multiple data. It means we can check the database code. I mean, we can check, like suppose we have the database. Database contain the multiple. I mean, database contain the code, right? I mean, sorry, not a code, data, right? So
Multiple
those,
records.
yeah, multiple records are there. So those data we can check by using the SonarQube. At this moment, suppose I want to get these details and convert into the JSON format. Because some of the cases, what we can do there, guys, we can push the data into the into the database in the object format, and we can get the data and convert into the and like store into the application in the JSON format, right? At this moment, suppose there we have the bugs, there we have the duplications, there we have the code smells. At this moment, SonarQube is also like,
Database.
oh, yeah, for this database, SonarQube is also check. Also for this database connectivity, if we have the security issues, security violence, those also covered by using these vulnerabilities, right? So that is also checked by using the SonarQube. Are you guys clear about this point? Every
But database information we should not give, right? That is our business.
I think it will scan the queries.
Yeah, only the scan the queries, right? So it will see, we don't have any kind of database information. Database information is going to store by any secure, any encrypted format, right? So if we have any kind of security violence, it means the peoples can easily see our easily like watch our easily view our like username and password for our database. So this is nothing but our security violence, right? Which are those are checked by using the vulnerabilities. The SonarQube is going to generate the report. There we have the security violence for the database connectivity. We can
Okay.
encrypt this one, right? Encrypt this one, it means the username should be in the star star format, the password is also in the star star format, right? That is the encryption. If you have the in the if this is in the decrypted format, then SonarQube is going to generate the report and violence trigger the alarms. There we have the security violence. So that is nothing but the, I mean, that is the I mean supported by the supported for this database, guys, right? There we have the vulnerabilities. And for this code complex, or what we can say that code smells in the database, there we have the wrong kind of data is going to store. Then at this moment as well, SonarQube will generate the report, right?
Understood.
If we are getting the data from the database and storing into the JSON format, at this moment you will get the error. So before there, SonarQube will generate the report. There we have the issues. Might be you can fix this, otherwise we can keep as it is and you will get the more issue after that. I mean, whenever we can try to fetch the data and convert into the JSON format, right? So keep in your mind, for this database, SonarQube will help us for the vulnerabilities. This is the major thing. Sorry. Vulnerabilities is nothing but the security violence, right? You know, I mean, we don't have any kind of like database connectivity credentials, guys. Those credentials are stored by in one of the AWS page, otherwise in our application, but it should be in the encrypted format, right? If it is in the decrypted, then SonarQube will trigger the issue, right? Now, yeah, one more thing, like for this codes mail, we have the commented code. Keep in your mind. You know, like in our every application, some of the peoples are writing their comment or keeping their comments, right? Here we have the import, like what we can say, the java.lang .com, right? This is our import statement, right? And some of the peoples, if you are if I don't want to use this import statement, then some of the peoples, what does, guys, some of the peoples will like comment that line, right? Don't comment like that. If you don't want to use this one, then SonarQube will generate the report. SonarQube will ask to you, please remove this line, right? It has to be impact on your code quality, then you can remove this one. That is nothing but the code, sorry, commented code. And this commented code is comes into this code smells, guys. Are you guys clear about this point, everyone? Any doubts, everyone? Is there have any doubt, guys? Yes, no?
No, sir.
Okay. You know, like, do we have the duplicate code coding standard, right? We can maintain the coding standard by ourselves, and later we can generate the report by the code. Sorry, guys. By SonarQube, right? Accordingly, we can maintain our standard as well. Don't code coverage. You know about the code coverage, guys. Then code complex. We have the, if you have the complex code, then we also like SonarQube also generate the report. Then we have the commented code, right? Also, we can say that potential bugs, right? So potential bugs, it means small kind of bugs, those bugs which are not, I mean, identified by using the Maven or Gradle, right? Because Maven and Gradle only responsible for compile time error, guys. What is the compile time error, guys? What is compile time error? Yes. What is the compile time error, guys? It means syntax error, right?
While running the code at the time, it comes to the compiler.
Exactly. It means syntax error, right?
Yeah.
What are the syntaxes in the Java, in the Python? We have the colon, we have the semicolon, right? Semicolon, colon, then curly brackets, right? Then we have the parenthesis, right? If you are skipping this parenthesis one, right? If you are skipping this curly braces one, if you are skipping this, I mean, semicolon ones, right? Then that is nothing but the compiler. So compiler is identify those kind of bugs only, right? So compiler is only those kind of bugs. So those bugs which are identified by the Maven or by the Gradle only, right? But apart from this, if we have any bugs which are not seen by our eyes, right? Which are not, we cannot view those kind of bugs. Those are identified by using the SonarQube, guys, and we can like we can keep this one. Otherwise, we can fix those one. Because for this test, I mean, finally we should get the past as a status, right? Our final result should be the pass, right? Then we can work on the duplicate code. Otherwise, we work on the code complex. Otherwise, we can work on the commented code. Otherwise, we can work on these potential bugs, right? But final result should be in the past quality. Then and then you can deploy our code on the server, guys. Am I right? Any doubts on it? And one more thing is vulnerabilities. Let me write here. Right? Vulnerabilities. So interviewer is going to ask to you the one question, what is the SonarQube? Right? So this is nothing but the SonarQube, guys. If interviewer is going to ask one question, what does by SonarQube, then you can explain each and every line. Right? Once again, SonarQube is nothing but the continuous code quality checking tool. We can do the code review using the SonarQube, guys, right? What is code coverage and what is the code review? Sorry. Code coverage is nothing but how many lines of source code is tested by using the test cases, JUnit, right? So industry standard code coverage is 80%, and code review is nothing but checking coding conventions, right? It means It means bugs, vulnerabilities, duplicate code, and code smells, right? Now, SonarQube is open source software. We can use the free of cost, continuously analyze, measure the quality of source code. It will generate the code review report in the HTML and PDF format. It is a web-based tool and it support for 30 plus programming language, right? It will support for multiple operating system. It will support multiple databases as well. It supports multiple browsers as well. And SonarQube will identify the those categories, right? So initially SonarQube was developed only for the Java language, but nowadays SonarQube is work for more than 30 plus programming language. Let me write this one, guys. This is very, very important because initially SonarQube is only tested for the Java language, guys. Initially SonarQube was developed only for Java projects, right? And the today SonarQube is supporting for 30 plus languages. Are you guys clear about this point? Everyone is clear about this point? Any doubts still here? Mm-hmm. Yes. If you have any kind of doubts, please, doubts, you can unmute yourself. You can raise your hand, otherwise you can ping here. Yes, guys. Any doubts still here? Yes.
So same configuration will go, right? Like any pipeline, same configuration we should configure.
Yes. And one more thing, like yeah, configuration is the same, but we have the
Different applications also.
Yeah. For this different application, configuration is the same. Nothing to do
Okay.
change anything, guys. I'll show you for this Java application only, right? Because I don't have the Python application, but you can horizontally deploy this for this Python, for this Node.js. .NET, C++, right? No, don't worry about this. We can
Okay.
deploy
Yeah.
it. And one more thing, like today our AWS services are down. Day before yesterday, East one is down. Today also I'm since the morning I'm facing the issue from the AWS services. I want to use here the EC2 to deploy our application. I want to use the EC2 virtual machine. On it
Okay.
I want to like install SonarQube, but I'm facing some issues for this AWS. So that's why we can do the practical session for this next workshop. Okay, so keep remember about this theoretical part, and now I'll show you what are the prerequisites for this. Okay, so keep your
Which
system
region
according.
you're facing the issue?
East one is have some issues.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, because like day before yesterday also, like some of the
Yes.
person
Yes.
are like, yeah. Yeah, so that's why
The DNS
I'm not
issue.
exactly. Yesterday I was used in my application for in my in my organization, in my company. So at that moment it was worked, but now I don't know. Since the morning I tried, but have some issues for this S1. But no problem, guys. There have some configuration issues are there on this upper side, but it will resolve by this. To after this 2 to 3 hours. I don't know how how they are. Ist1 is going to up, but no problem, guys. We'll continue with this practical session in this upcoming week. Okay, so for before there, I'll give you the what we can say, that give you the environment setup, what you should do before SonarCube installation, guys. Okay, So if you are the Java application, because I'll show you the Java application as well. You can test this Java application. You can connect the Java application to the SonarQube, and you can generate the report. You can check the code quality. You can fix the bugs, and later you can, later you can our code quality should be the fast, right? I'll give you the failed code quality, failed code. Accordingly, you can trial it around and you can pass this code to fixing those bugs, guys. Then how we can do that, I'll show you everything. Okay, before there, what will be the environment setup, guys? if you have the java if you have the Java application, then Java 11 should be the install on your system, on your Windows system, guys. Environment setup, Java 11 should get installed, right, on Windows. Sorry. Java 11 should get installed on your Windows, right? And this is only the prerequisite for us, right? Later we have the hardware requirement. It means we need minimum 2 GB of RAM EC2 instance. We required T2 medium around 4 GB as well. We need to create EC2 instance, and on this EC2 instance we need to install our SonarQube. It will take around 1 to 2 hours. Okay, so next weekend we can start for this practical session. Before there, keep remember your system is working for this Java 11. Are you guys clear about this point? Because without AWS services or without any virtual machine, we can't do anything, guys. Right? The SonarQube is free of cost, right? But we need to install in anywhere, right? At least in our virtual machine, right? So for that, we required here the AWS service. Everyone is clear about this point? Any doubts here?
Yeah, no. It's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So everyone can understood about this SonarQube. If interviewer is going to ask what is the SonarQube, then you can explain each and every line, guys. Right? So this is the
So,
better
which
explanation.
environment we should go to use SonarQube for better practice? Like
Sorry.
we have the different environments, dev, stage, pre-prod, production, for
Yeah,
suppose.
exactly. This
So,
is a very good question. Okay. So every time in our organization or any organization, the SonarQube test is happen by the QA. It means pre-prod, okay, which is not going to maintain by the dev, right? Because in the dev, what will happen, guys? Dev environment, our application is going to deploy it on the Jenkins, right? And later it will generate one. What we can say that it will generate one Jenkins pipeline report, right? The Jenkins pipeline is a failed or past, right? Later QA environment is comes into the picture, and QA environment first of all test our application using the SonarQube for this code review and code coverage. If you have any issues there, then QA environment is back to the dev environment. Development team, and development team will work on this SonarQube issues, guys. That is a best practice right now here.
and
Yeah. Okay. Any doubts? Any kind of any issues, guys? Are you understood about the SonarQube right now? This is
so in SonarQube, there is enterprise accounts also there, right? Sonar Enterprise, they
yes,
have
yes,
give some license and we are provisioning
yes,
and they
yes,
give
yes.
support as well as.
Exactly, because some of the organizations, we have the lots of applications, right? Thousands of application which will be the maintained by the SonarQube. If you have the only one application, then we can use the free of cost SonarQube. Open source SonarQube. But this SonarQube is not going to support it for the 100 plus applications or 1000 plus applications. For that, we need to give the license version. Every organization have the license version only.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Okay, so we can I'll going to share those notes I mean, those theoretical notes on our group, right? So you can check. Sorry, guys. You can check the theory part. Later, we can in the next weekend we can start for our practical implementation for this SonarQube. And one more topic we can I mean set up for this next weekend, guys. Don't worry about it. So guys, we'll provide the notes in our workshop WhatsApp group, guys. We'll get a workshop certificate. We'll provide the recording in our WhatsApp group. So connect on your LinkedIn accounts and you can follow. We have the YouTube channels as well, and there you will get like latest updates. Okay. Okay. Then if you don't have any doubts, then we can conclude today's session, and we can start it by the practical session by in the next upcoming week.
Yep. Yep. Thank you so much. It was great section and give so much knowledge for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the join and have a great day.